So I'm going to talk about emotional intelligence um, from this book written by author called Daniel Goleman. And in this book, he talks about many things which primarily I've categorized into seven main segments. Number one, self-awareness. When we talk about emotional intelligence, it's nothing but to start with is your self-awareness. Now, self-awareness has to do with people who have a high emotions, or rather they understand their emotions. In general, they don't get controlled by their emotions, right? They also get into their intuition. They follow their gut feel, and look at them honestly, right? They're not carried away with the anger. They don't make emotions decision based upon ego, right? So they look at their strength and weakness, and they work on to become a better. So for example, if I know my weakness, for example, recently I was working on a project where majority of the time I'll plan well, but to execute, even to create a cutout video, I needed a push, right? To push me to start something. But I'll orchestrate it, I'll run through it, but it was difficult for me to do that. So I know my strength, I know my weakness, but you don't get angry because it didn't come on time or the execution didn't happen, because that's your weakness, right? So they are self-aware of what they go through. With this self-awareness also comes up with the one more interesting thing called self-regulation. Now, self-regulation is more towards action. Now, these are the people who can regulate, control, and not go with the impulsive thing, especially while making a decision to buy something. They make a rational decision, right? When you see a person making some decisions, you know how much is his emotional intelligence all about. So they tend to be thoughtful and adaptable, and many a times it might be tempted. You might say no as well, right? Many a times I feel like buying a very costly phone, but I know that my daughter will throw it off, and I know that's a plus or minus for that, right? So we have to be a judgmental and be fair towards about what we do. Now, third is this is quite generic, I would say. More nothing to do on not necessary it's a emotional intelligence, but it's a generic motivation. So emotional intelligence are emotional stable people who can look long term on a vision, not for a short term shortcuts. Every time the process takes more of beat of them, they become more stronger, right? So they are highly productive and they love a challenge. If I cannot do something, they will do till it works. That's the best part about it. They will do whatever the changes they need to do. They will do the internal adjustment. They will do small tweaks, but they ensure that the internal motivation is up and running. Now, this is something, the fourth one is, I believe, is very, very uncommon in this world, called empathy. Now, empathy is something to do with the removal of your personal ego, your personal agenda, ability to identify other want. It's easy to tell that you can look into others people, you can wear others' shoes and or whatever you might call it as, try to see by wearing other shoes. So difficult it is. You don't know whether it will fit or not. For example, it's like telling how a pregnant life or pregnant lady feels when she gives birth. I have no clue about it, right? I mean, I can't even think about it. Can I think about how that person goes through it? No, many a times we cannot. But there is a edge where you can give with the benefit of doubt, telling that mostly it's benefit of doubt, or looking the other person in a right manner, giving the right perspective, giving the right stance, not to judge him. I think in this world where empathy is a very, very low key, because many a times, mostly everybody wants to talk, mostly wants to say something, they don't want to listen. So empathy is more about recognizing the feelings of others, and they are usually excellent at managing relationship, because Dale Carnegie says the guy who had a best communication is a guy who could listen, right? So empathy plays a very, very key role. Now, other things are quite one of the most easiest social skills is more about adjusting with people. I would call it as people having a low friction, low trouble. They're easy. They're like a water. They're flexible, right? They're excellent team players. They focus on the team success first, then they worry about their personal agenda. So it's not about how good you communicate, but whatever you communicate, you are able to orchestrate for others to understand. It's not about what is your vocabulary or grammatical mistakes or whatever it is, right? Reaction to people. This is one important thing which I have been. Everybody goes through it. For me personally, reacting was difficult because the first thing I learned was to hit people before I tried to control my feelings. If you are getting angry quite often, then you have to look back and think, is it because you are getting angry because of others, or is the other way around to think is, have you given remote control to another side, right? So most importantly, the reaction to other people decides, like Stephen Covey talks about in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is a gap between what happens to you, how do you react. This gap is where the actual victory lies in, right? Now, humility. Now, 7th is humility. Now, humility is more to do with do you seek attention, or do you whenever you do something, are you seeking an attention? Are you looking for, like my daughter keeps doing something, she plays around and she says, can you do super? Can you clap for me? Right? If you are emotionally stable, you know you gave a best performance, right? So that's the quality you need to keep thinking about. Deep inside, you need to. That's where my next topic, topic 8, comes in, called self-evaluation. You are not trying to be cynical. You are not trying to be critical, but you are not trying to be very perfect. But you are just measuring yourself. Are you better from who you are? Right? There's this being honest with you. Did you dilute? You could have done a little bit best, a little bit of better things, but you didn't choose to do it. But somebody gives you a feedback, be grateful for it. Not necessarily it's a right feedback to give, but you don't need to react, right? That's, I think, it's very difficult to do many a times. Now, 9th is resolution to stress. Now, resolution to stress is every time something goes wrong, goes bonkers, it's very easy to put fingers to others, and because that's where your inner insecurity comes in. You are trying to blame others, you are trying to be angry at them, you are trying to be more of a wild animal than a person, right? I think emotional intelligence plays a very critical role in how do you react to others, how do you react to circumstances, because that shows how much calm and inner peace you have actually, right? And those are the people where when they have a problem, they can easily handle things, right? And the 10th one is take responsibility. Now, take responsibility means you take charge of whatever you are supposed to do, you are supposed to execute. It is not about feeling guilty. Okay, I can't get up at 4 o'clock, I can't get up at 5 o'clock, but you know that in the night, you did whatever you are supposed to do, you slept late, it's okay. Obviously, you can't get up early, which means, did you play around with your time? That's the reason why you didn't get up? Or you had a genuine reason that you were busy doing something, you didn't get up. So at times, taking responsibility is to act in the right manner towards goal, but it is not like, okay, my timetable is like this, A, B, C, D, I couldn't do, I wake up 7 o'clock and you screwed your early morning, right? That's not the responsibility, is a very fine line. You act based upon what you are supposed to do. And last thing is practice empathy. Very, very important. So before you act towards another, right? How your actions will affect them by putting yourself in their place. Now, I was telling you, this is very tricky, but many a time, if we choose not to judge others, right, it is much easy to practice empathy. Maybe they have something, maybe there is something good, because the moment you see through this angle, half of the burden got lost. Half of the perspective you could obtain, right? That's why you need to be very aware. Many a time we get into a discussion, we sort of we sort of get, have you seen, you get vibes first before words come in. You see eyes, you see the body language. So practicing empathy is more towards you are how you pass your vibes, how you pass your energy, right? These are the top 11 things which I took it from reading this book, and I felt practicing and keeping this in mind very often puts us in place, puts us in perspective, and be nice to many people, right? So this is all I wanted to share.